We'll be working with channel 12 over.
Good morning, Frank and Brenda, Mr. Giggles. Good to see you this morning. Welcome to Saturday morning with you and my friends and everybody else. Anybody wanted to join? We're going to be here available for everyone and anyone that would like to join the panel. I'm going to put the link up at the top. Okay, got the link up there where it should be good to go. We'll be waiting to see who arrives first on the panel. Here comes TJ. What's up?
Morning, Paul.
Good morning. It's another good giggle good Google day. Mr. Giggle Good himself.
That's funny. That's pretty good.
Giggling life away, you know. You can yell at life all you want, but the best thing to do is what TJ says is just giggle.
That's funny. Oh goodness. Oh me.
So what's on your agenda today? You got to work?
Well, no, I'm actually off today, but I kind of want to go out and do some flying today, but I think we might be getting some rain in this morning, so
that's not good. Well, you have to put your rain suit on your drone.
Yeah, I know, the little poncho.
Yeah. Come here, you little bugger. Get in here. Saran wrap, you know.
Saran wrap. That's funny. That's pretty good. Yeah, everybody's over at Minefield today. I think they all left yesterday or the day before. Like Rodney's there. Chris Hope is there. Let's see, who else?
Well, Ed Hessick says nothing better to start the day than with TJ Giggle.
That's right. That's right.
So they're all over where at the Minefield, you said?
Yeah, over in Texas. Yeah, Brad Alston is there. Ken Herron, Philip Koshat's there. Just like everybody, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, they're not everybody. You and I aren't there.
Yeah, I know. I know. I know. I wanted to go so bad, but
Well, you're greatly appreciated amongst the troops here today because
well,
they look
awesome.
forward to TJ and his giggle.
Yeah, I know. I know that's right. I know that's right. Uh, there's a ship out there already this morning.
Oh yeah. They go by 24 hours a day.
I think my giggles woke my wife up. She's coming down the stairs.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We'll listen for that behind the head.
That's funny. That's hilarious. So what are you up to today?
Just the usual same stuff. Nothing.
Yeah, how's Mia doing?
Mia's doing well. She's outside right now, laying in the dirt.
Oh, there you go. Getting a little cooled off there.
Well, that's her thing to do, you know. I mean, it's just everybody has a thing.
Yeah.
I don't get the laying in the dirt thing, but a lot of dogs like, because you know, a lot of dogs make an area where they just go right down to the dirt, you know.
Right. I seen Justin yesterday showing his. I can get mine out. Oh, uh-oh.
Ooh, don't get that out.
Yeah, he was showing his the little battery tester thing.
Yeah.
Like I got one of these. It's the same one. Like it's got the shoot, so hard to show things when you have your
You almost need one of those like little paddle things, and you hold whatever you want in front of
oh yeah, like a little paddle thing.
you. Yeah.
Okay.
Good morning. So it can be ready to be installed over 1 hour, 15 minutes. Roger, no additional for
Okay.
rubber, and there's an additional check down now.
Yeah, so it's the little battery
Oh, yeah.
tester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the old meter style, you know, where you touch the two ends and
Yeah. Yeah, these are pretty convenient because it tells you if the battery is good or bad, so they're pretty convenient.
you just put the battery in it, right?
Yeah. You know anybody looking for a Mini 2? Anybody wanting to buy a Mini 2? Because I don't really fly mine too much, and I don't know. I think I want to sell it, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to sell it or hold on to it.
You
I
never
don't know.
know. You never know if you need a backup drone.
Yeah, true. I mean, I have my Air 2S and my Avata, so I mean, I don't know if I.
Which one do you like to fly more, or does this
Um,
depend on what you're doing?
Yeah, I guess it all just depends on what I'm doing. Like I fly my Avata sometimes, and sometimes I'll fly the Air 2S. You know, so I don't know. I guess I'll just hold on. Oh, it's already starting to rain out there. Damn it. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll just hold on to my Mini 2, and because like you said, you never know when you might need a backup drone. So
Yeah.
but I just took it out of my drone bag because I kind of felt like it was kind of getting a little heavy there, so and a little less weight. So
That's probably a good thing to do.
yeah, you don't want to have all that excess weight lugging around on your back and whatnot.
Well, that's the thing that we've gotten used to, TJ, is when I first started flying drones, they were huge.
Yeah.
You know, now they're small and you can actually, you know, some it's like the Mini 2, you can fold that up and stick it in a big pocket, you know.
Yeah. Or maybe put it in a different bag or something, or
Yeah.
just carry it around in the case and just leave it there. I hope it doesn't rain all day. I mean, I hope it stops at some point.
What's the weather calling for?
Well, it did say rain, so it said 80% chance. So I don't know. It's just like a light drizzle right now, but I mean, I could see it hitting the pond out there. So I don't know. The skies are clear, but I mean, it's cloudy here and there in some spots. So oh, there she is.
There she is. That's my baby girl right there.
She's just chilling. Looks like a sunny day there in Michigan.
Yes, it is.
What's the temperature? Like 70, 80 something degrees?
58 degrees.
Oh, that's not too bad.
No.
What's up, Michael? Yeah, we went I worked yesterday and then I came home and we went to this place called Hop and Hooch. Yeah, Hop and Hooch. It used to be Surf Taco, but they closed it down and then it reopened into Hop and Hooch, and we went there last night and we both got this burger. It was called a smash burger, and oh my gosh, it was so delicious.
Well,
And
good.
yeah, it was good. And then we went into this walked into this surf shop, and then I showed her my where I work and stuff, and she was like, "Oh, where's the pharmacy?" I was like, "Oh, the pharmacy's back there." It's a small little store, and she was like, "Well, what do you do here all day?" I was like, "Oh, just walk around and pretend I'm doing stuff."
Yeah, it's a nice day here, right, Ed? Ed's in Michigan too, and he says it's a nice day, beautiful day in Michigan.
Yeah. Oh, looks like they're doing some work on the bridge there.
Yeah, all summer long. They're not only the bridge, TJ. We must be in the construction target area because they got streets torn up. They're digging up holes. You know, just all kinds of stuff.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Not just the bridge, but you know, it's like city streets, and you just some places you just don't want to drive. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, Andrew, that's pretty much where it is. Like it's like you say, it's normally like usually in the back of the store.
Well, usually everything I want is always in the back of the store. You know, it's like,
Yeah. Like you have to walk all the way in the back just to get to it.
and I don't walk so fast anymore. So it's like, you know, there's people going by me, shoo, shoo.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like,
And when I get someplace I want to go, I say, "Excuse the old man coming through."
Yeah. Oh. How you doing this morning, Andrew?
Andrew,
What you up to today? Andrew's asking if you heard about the Tappan Zee Bridge.
no,
What's up, Joel?
is that the one that fell over or fell down?
It sounds French. Tappan Zee. Oh, there you go. Spraying for weeds, man. He's spraying for weeds.
Yeah, Brenda's here. Brenda was one of the first ones on the panel.
Yeah.
Brenda's down, I think, in South Central Florida.
Probably. I think Justin and Laura were playing Fortnite last night, and then Jason went live and was playing some Fortnite.
Are you playing with them?
No, I don't really I don't have a I don't have well I have a
game
Nintendo
controller?
yeah, like I don't know if it would I don't know if it would work for I don't think the DJI remote control that I use to fly the Avata with, I don't think that would work if I hooked it up to my laptop, but I have a Nintendo Wii, but I don't think that would work. I would probably need like an Xbox or something, but I don't know. I'm not really much into gaming though. Like,
Well, that's okay. TJ, don't worry about it because there's a lot of people that aren't. There's a lot of people that are.
yeah,
It's whatever you like, you know?
right. I mean, like I occasionally like pop in there and say hey to everybody and then just go on about doing what I'm doing. So like I like to go to the arcades and stuff and play games there and like just kind of hang out and have fun and stuff, but I don't know. I'm not really much of a gamer, so see, Andrew's talking about the Tappan Zee Bridge in New York City was built again. They used low quality cables without telling the state, and they replaced the bridge. Oh, that's kind of crazy.
Well, at
I
least,
mean, aren't you supposed to like tell somebody before you do something? Like, hey, we're
well,
doing this.
yeah, but we live in the real world, TJ. Our government half-assed.
Oh yeah,
Whether it's state, local, or federal. It's just a mess.
yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I guess the rain's okay every once in a while. Good for the plants and animals.
Yeah, the plants and animals depend on that kind of thing,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of animals that are tied out, which I don't get. What if you're gonna
Yeah, I don't really
you're gonna
understand
have a
that
dog?
myself.
Why do you abuse it?
Yeah, I don't understand that.
They don't feed them
It,
regularly. They don't give them water regularly.
I hate when that commercial comes on and Sarah McLachlan singing "In the Arms of an Angel" and they're showing like they're showing the animals in the cages and tied up
Yeah.
out there. It's like, man, that is so depressing. I just want to reach inside my TV and just grab the animal. Like, come on, little buddy.
Now you've got cats, right?
We just have one. But like when we were dating at the time, we would always foster like baby kittens and stuff. And then like when we brought it home, her cat like I don't know. I just kind of thought maybe she would attack the baby kittens because her eyes would get really wide. And be like, oh my God, a bloodbath is about to be coming on here. Like her eyes are getting really wide, and I think she might attack it or something. Cause like like every time she sees she sees the neighbor's dog running back and forth, she'll run up to the sliding glass door and just start doing one of these things. So I'm just like, oh gosh.
She wants to play.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I mean, I eventually I would like to get a dog, Andrew, but we don't really have a yard. I mean, I guess we kind of do, but kind of don't at the same time. But
Is
Dogs.
is your yard fenced in?
No, we live in a gated community, and we live like in the back, so like we have the patio here, so you can walk out, and like our neighbor, like with their dog, they let them like run back and forth in the back there, and they have a patio. They sit out and watch them and stuff. So I mean, I guess like I like dogs, but I understand they are a big responsibility, and we're not really home enough to.
Yeah, you know, cats for the most part are pretty independent.
Yeah. Yeah, they pretty much take care of themselves and stuff, so.
Yeah, so I would imagine is there somebody else online right now?
Well, there's a couple of them are live at Minefield. I think Joe Fodoleo went live from his drone. He was
Rodney Bell is doing his
yeah, he was live. Yeah, he's doing his live right now. Yeah, I think I might. What's up, Mark? Oh, here he comes, huh? Yeah, I think I don't know. I'll probably go vote on election day. What's up, Mark? What are you up to?
Just watching golf.
Yeah.
It's the women's British Open at St Andrews.
Are you going to go vote on election day, Andrew? When is election day, anyways? Coming up
Election day is
soon.
usually the first Tuesday in November, right?
Something like it's in November, definitely. Yeah.
Talking about. Nice, Andrew. Nice. Jody. Oh, it's
November the 8th, Andrew. I think you're right. It's always a Tuesday, but
yeah.
So just after our bonfire night. How long did it take for the results to come out?
oh, usually pretty close, but it's like everything else. Throughout the evening after all the polls close, because the polls close at different, because the time zone
differences, yeah.
They'll be doing we're just predicting this and this, and we're predicting this and that as they move across the country. It's like I would imagine there'll be news crews out in front of TJ's house to find out who he voted for.
That's funny.
We're live, but we're talking with TJ Giggles, and we want to know who'd you vote for, TJ, because we know that you never vote.
That's funny.
Yeah. And TJ will be going, "That's a nice camera. Can I have that?
Can I have that?
That's a nice camera. Can I have that?"
And then I get that camera and a microphone. He'll be doing live spots from all over the car.
Yeah.
This is TJ Giggles. We're talking to you live, and we're here. We're here to what we want. Yeah, but
yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah,
What are we here for?
What are we here for? That's funny.
Yeah, a half-hour interview with laughing.
That's pretty good.
Well, you'd have to do something about not clapping so much because it'd make the microphone. Well, it's wear a lapel, you know.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, Joe, how are you doing?
Hey,
today?
Joe.
Well, I'm not doing good. It's pissing me off. I got up this morning, I had a complete reboot on my computer where it must have upgraded something. And it took me this long to get it to work.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Well, I know they had an upgrade on this computer, and what I do as soon as it comes up on the screen, I exit out and go back to a different screen. You know.
Well, now it's automatic.
I get those sometimes too. Like I'll get notifications about, oh, your laptop or whatever is in need of an update. I'm just like, yep, nope.
Then I got somebody that sent me Venmo money for pictures and no shipping on it. And it says all pictures right now have to be ordered on the site Lab Direct. So they sent it to me through Venmo. So I got to eat the shipping, or I'm gonna send it back. I'm gonna send it back.
Well, how much is the shipping?
$7.25
And how much do you make off of the order?
off of this order. 3 buttons. I'd make enough that I'd probably still make about $10, but it's not the point.
No, I know, but the point is that you're using a limited customer base because they're moving on or whatever.
I agree.
You gotta take into consideration. Do you want to piss off one parent? You know.
And that could piss off a bunch of parents.
Yeah, exactly. Because you know how they like to talk.
Oh, they all talk. Well, they're gonna be pissed off for last night anyway. The last night was a scrimmage game. And it's the first night out there, so I got all my numbers, you know, all my players for the last night, you know. So I'm out there trying to shoot the players. They got freaking coaches on the field, and they got players switching in and out every play, you know. So I was able to. I had one player I forgot to put on the thing. I heard his name. I said, "Oh shit, I don't remember his number. Let me find him." And I didn't put him on it because he hadn't paid me yet, but he's gonna pay me because the mama has paid me 4 years for the other kid. The other kid graduated, so I know she's gonna send me the money.
Sure.
You know, and they still got technically 2 weeks to do it.
That's money in the bank.
But they got to realize it says regular season photo club. Last night was a scrimmage game.
Yeah,
it really don't count. I'm just being nice.
So
I can go out there and not shoot a picture.
Basically, it's just practice.
Yeah, and then next week is the Jamboree, which is another practice game.
Okay.
And when they practice that one, I'll give them the pictures if they paid for it too. You know, so I'm giving them 2 free games basically.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you what, I'm not in the mood for you today. I will stun gun you.
Punch him across the tooth.
Go. You're gonna hear.
Got my USDS coffee mug this morning.
There you go.
You know what that's good for?
What's that?
That's good for. Give it to Adrian. Let him shoot it.
Give it to Adrian.
I got 2 of them, and I'm gonna drown them one day in Lake Pontchartrain.
Give it Lloyd.
Do a video of them.
Yeah, they're good. They're good coffee cups.
Just send it to Lloyd.
Yeah, I might send my 2 to Lloyd.
I like old Lloyd. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
I like my coffee cup better.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
Yeah, this one look.
Buck Fiden. Buck Fiden.
And then you turn it around the other way.
Mine's from Alton was
Oh yeah.
This is the final game.
Kate
Yeah, I
brought it.
had these made.
Kate brought mine that Alton Towers when she took her daughter there.
Yeah, last night, I'll tell you what, those new shoes worked until the last hour.
What
really?
shoes did you get?
Yeah, I bought Skechers. They're good shoes. But
Yeah.
I'm walking on turf, so the turf's given. My shoes are given, so I'm actually walking bouncing the whole time.
Are they
So,
those? Are
by
those?
about the fifth hour, it started hurting.
Are those the Skechers slip-ins where you just slip them on or whatever?
No, these are sport one at a time.
Oh.
But I got there at 4:00 and the game ended at about 9:00. So about 8:30, I started to feel it.
Oh.
No,
By
didn't
the
you?
time
Didn't you say there was 2 games though? So normally you wouldn't be
3
that
games.
long.
3 games.
Three games. Yeah, the freshmen started at 5:00. They played for 50 minutes straight, running clock, and it changed possessions. Whatever happened. Then the JV had about a 10-minute break. Then they started playing, and they did the same thing. Then the varsity came out and did 50 minutes the same way. Then they went back. They took a break, and then they came back and did a 12-minute period, break, and another 12-minute period. So it was 9:00 last night when I left.
Yeah, so normally you wouldn't be there anywhere near that long.
No, normally I'm there that long.
All
I'm there
right.
about 8:30. You know, but I get there about 4:30 in the afternoon, and then I go hang out with the coaches, go sit in the coaches' room, or I'll go sit somewhere. You know, where I sit underneath. And it's changed this year. Last year they had a couple of shootings at the school. Now they got the gates locked, and you can only come in 2 areas, and they got metal detectors, they got police standing there, the whole works. And it's funny. I come through the back gate as they were opening the gate to let somebody in, one of the coaches in. So he opened the gate, let me in. I drove around, parked right up next to the front of the stadium, inside, you know, right there where the police or everything. Got out of my car, didn't nobody ask me nothing. I could have had 3 guns in the car and they would have known. They would have known. And I told them, I said, I would rather park in here and get out at night, because I just go get in the car and drive right out of the stadium. But they're saying they're going to start locking the gate at 4:00. So, well, the problem is you got people coming, the referees parking there too. The referees start coming in, they got to keep opening the gate.
So the referees are independent from other colleges, are they?
Well, the referees
This
work
is high school.
Yeah, it's the high school referee. It's called them HO something A. They changed the name of it this year. And last night they had the head guys there, and they had all the people that were learning there. So they had all the guys that were training for this season. So we, instead of having 5 referees, we had like 25. And that was the bad part. I got so many freaking pictures of zebras. You know, the stripes running in front of me. I'm getting ready to take a picture running down the sideline. And it is funny. I knew most of them, most of the older ones. They looked at me and said, another year. I said, I'm trying to drop this mic. I'm really trying. I said, I don't have the money to drop it, but I'm going to drop it one of these days. And I started taking a picture, and all of a sudden, one of them be walking back to tell somebody something, get right in the middle of it. So I finally had enough of it. It was during the freshman game. I had enough of it. As soon as they got 20 yards from me, I walked out on the field. I was out on the field, about 4 yards out on the field, and one of the referees turned around, and looked at me, and I said, "Leave me alone." Don't even say a word to me. I said, "All y'all assholes out here." I said, "Like all y'all assholes out here. I don't need to have any of y'all jump in front of my picks. I'll move when I got to." And one of them walked up and tapped him and said, "Don't worry about him. Leave him alone." I said, "You'll see me doing that in the game too." I said, "Leave me alone." So I started standing out in the field, getting my pictures. But Nate Shepard last night, that's the guy that's gonna be. Is probably he's in the top 3 people ever graduate Mandeville. And this is a guy who'll be in the pros. The other 2 were in the pros. And he had a 67-yard touchdown last night, just completely ran around people. He had a 57-yard touchdown last night, completely ran around people. And he had a 40-yard touchdown last night that I feel sorry for that poor Jesuit guy tried to tackle him. I took a picture. I'll show you the picture right before it happened. And this guy right here,
What position does he play?
he's a running back. I'm gonna show you a picture I took right before he knocked this guy out the way, but then another guy tried to tackle him. And all I'm gonna tell you is the collision in front of me. If I'd have been down the end zone, I'd have loved to have had the collision picture, but I was too close to get a picture. And the collision that happened, the guy was sitting on the field, and they had to come get him because he had no idea where he was.
Had his bell rung, huh?
This guy thought he was sometime last week.
Mm.
And I mean, it was like right in front of us, you heard it. And I saw it happen. All the guy did was just boom, hit the ground and sat there. Find this picture.
Are we there yet?
Yeah.
Dusty just burned 2 of his batteries. I guess one on his GPS drone and then one on his FPV drone.
Okay, I'm gonna really be mad now. Hold on a minute. I have some pictures I can't find. Hold on.
I Dusty.
Yeah, I put these in the folder last night. I did them. No, I didn't do them. All I did was the farmer. I'm thinking of the other ones I did. I'm working on them now, so I haven't exported them yet. But this is the first guy. He wasn't the guy that got hit. But that's Nate coming around the corner. He just popped that guy in the head and knocked him down, right?
What, the one
When he got-
on the ground there, or the one holding the football?
Well, the one holding the football is Nate. And
Oh, okay.
he hit the guy. He just used his hand and pushed the guy out the way, right? Now he's running full speed right now. When he came around, hit this next guy, all you heard was crunching. The guy just went straight down.
That's a decent picture in
Smacked
itself.
that guy. What is that?
Is the one that's like on the ground? Is he wearing what kind of helmet is that?
Well,
Like
he's not. If you look, TJ, he's not really on the ground yet. His knee's above the ground.
Yeah, he's getting
Well,
ready to
yeah.
try to make a. He's trying to make a
Trying
tackle.
to make a tackle.
Oh,
He's
okay.
He's getting ready
He got slapped down.
He's getting
He got
ready.
bitch slapped. Let's put it that way.
Is he wearing a padded helmet, or what kind of helmet is like? With
Yeah,
all
they
these-
got a new helmet they're wearing right now in practices. Some of them. That's an extra little bit of padding that protects from
Gotcha.
concussions. Some teams
Okay.
have them, some teams don't. Mandeville has them, but they're not wearing them. They didn't wear them last night.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
But Nate just bitch slapped him. That's all I did.
He's just
was
getting
like,
ready to say, we're not worthy.
Because if you look at it, both of them, other than the only the guy that's trying to do the tackle, his feet might be close to the ground and his knee is off the ground and Nate is in the air.
Yeah, nature's completely got him. But you can see the focus on Nate right there.
Yep.
He's getting ready to take this guy out. And I snapped the picture right before. That was the only picture I could get. Because, like I said, I'm right there. He's getting ready to run by me. And right in front of me, like I said, when he hit this guy, and the guy, Nate never stopped moving. The guy just went straight down. Like that. Nate runs up the sideline the rest of the way for a touchdown.
Down and out.
Oh, he was terrible.
That's a pretty cool shot, though.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
That was good.
Hey, me. You done laying in the dirt?
And this other guy right here. This other guy right here on this picture. 95 and 15 got the quarterback, right? 95, his I think it's his grandfather, Zion, was probably the best player ever to be at Mandeville High School. Played in the pros. And he's a junior. He's a junior, and he's already he'll sack a quarterback 4 or 5 times a game. You don't get anywhere close to him. If you get close to him and he grabs you, he takes you down.
No. What's up, Justin?
Justin.
God.
This one here, I'm gonna show you one. I don't know if y'all could. I'm gonna show you. I'll show you where it's at. I took this one from about 60 yards away. I was about 60 yards away from with this picture.
Will they play in another school or is it?
Yeah, that's Jesuit, and that's Mandeville. But I took this picture from about 60 yards away, and it's going in the paper because if you look right here, that's the football.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's Michael White.
Can you zoom in on it?
Yeah, well, that's close I can get. Let's see. You can see the football right there.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ball came down. Michael White got up in there, got in between it, and picked it. So that was an interception. But that's the football right there. And I like I said, I was about 60 yards away.
Wow.
When I shot that picture. And I looked at it, I said, yep. And they said, we need it. So the paper got it last night.
That's cool. So what camera were you using to take that picture?
7D Canon Mark II.
Okay.
7D Canon Mark II, 480 millimeter lens.
Nice.
And then this is the main character for Mandeville right now. That's the quarterback.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's the quarterback. So he was. That's the picture that went to the paper last night. Those 4. But I was up till freaking midnight. I gave up at midnight. I said, "To hell with this." I was done. But I had to go in because I've got all of the presets on the all the presets set up on my exports. So when I go into a picture and I see the numbers that I have contracted, I could just go export and press the little block by each number and then hit export, and it goes to certain folders in a different place. And I don't have to fool with them right now. And then once I'm finished with them, right? So when I went in there, I said, shit, I forgot to do them. All of the exports were last year's exports. So I sat there and went through all the names that I have from last year and just changed the date to 2024 and the grade to 12 or 11 or whatever it was. And then I went back and made the new ones. And by the time I finished, it took about 2 hours to do all of that. But now it's done, and I don't have to worry about it.
What's up, Dusty?
I got one more to do. I forgot to do last night.
What's up, Andrew? Y'all, Brenda.
Just. I had one mom that didn't, a freshman mom. I'm going to contact her. Her son, number 12, is a running back. This kid carried the ball, 19 and 12, 2 guys. These 2 kids carried the ball, and they're gonna be carrying the ball a lot this year. I'm gonna reach out to both of them and say, look, y'all need to get these packages. Because you're gonna have 400, 500, 600 pictures. And I mean, I got good pictures of this kid. You know, I got good pictures of these kids running. This is where the moms start, you know, these are kids are gonna, the way they're playing now, they're gonna play. And they're gonna play for the rest of their 4 years. Start getting their pictures now. Because if she buys just the pictures last night, she's gonna spend half the price of the season package just by buying the pictures I took of him last night.
Mhm.
I feel one thing I feel good about this year. Now, I don't feel good about it. I got 2 players hurt. One of them's got an ACL that may not play till the last 5 games of the season. So I got to get with the mom and find out if she wants her money back. Because it makes you be waiting for the last 5 games.
That's
And
why
I got
don't
another
play
one.
football or any contact
Yeah.
sport.
Yeah, he's got an ACL. Then I got another one that's got an ACL at a 251. So that's 400 together. And he said he's having an MRI Monday, and he's not going to play sports ever after this year. And he says, if they could brace it, I'm going to play through it. He said. So if he plays, I keep the money. If he might be giving 400 back.
Depends, man. ACLs ain't no joke. You have more of a chance of never playing again than you do of playing.
Well, no.
Depending on how
But
bad
like,
it's injured.
but the coaches were telling me that the grandfather was telling, because he wrestles, and he's not even going to wrestle this year. You don't want to do that. And this is his last hurrah this season. And he knows they got a good chance. He knows they got a good chance going to the state this year again.
That's why one of the reasons why it's so hard to get in the NFL, right? Because you got to be able to make it through high school and
Yeah.
college and not get seriously injured before you can get into the NFL. Because
So
that's
your
the thing is
your ACL is located where?
the leg,
Outside of the knee.
Oh, in your leg, in your knee.
but it could be a very devastating, like it could be a career-ending injury.
Yeah.
There's been some kids in high school that have gotten one that was so bad that was it. They were done. They can never
Yeah.
play again.
Does that stand for anything? Like your accelerate something?
Shit, I'm not that deep into medical.
It's something like cartilage ligament, but I can't remember what that
Yeah.
stands for.
Articulate or something like that. And anterior, maybe it's anterior. They is usually anterior. Because the other one's the medial collateral. That's in the middle. So it's got to be anterior.
It's
Mhm.
anterior.
Could be collateral.
Okay.
Spell it, Justin.
Oh,
Anterior ligament.
anterior man, that's the middle. The middle one's
hate
hard
medical.
to say. Yeah,
I
the
hate
middle one's
medical
hard to-
terms.
Yeah, anterior something ligament, cruciate or something.
I hate. That's what I said. I hate medical.
ACL is better.
Yeah. Like you walk into the hospital and they tell you what's wrong. Like, what the heck does all that mean?
It's
So
a
I had
tough,
a
a tough
I had a
band of
separation.
tissue joining the thigh bone to the
Yeah.
shin bone at the knee joint.
Yep, right on the bottom.
That was like when
On
I
back.
went to.
And it runs
Hot.
diagonally through the inside of the knee.
It's like when I went to the hospital for my kidney stone. They said, "What medications are you on?" I said, "Oh fuck, I don't know." I said, "I can't remember the names of them."
Yeah.
Cause they always make them like these weird ass names, like,
Yeah, I know, right? Because I take a couple of medications too, and one for like my blood pressure, and the other one to help me stay focused. And
How on
like,
earth can you not pronounce that?
yeah, and it's just a weird names,
It's
like
the
some
anti.
weird long ass name. Like it's so hard for me to pronounce it. Like something metadate or betadate something.
That's easy to pronounce. It's the anterior cruciate ligament.
Shit, I knew that. I knew that's what it was, the cruciate. Knew that.
Exactly. Cruciate.
are you taking like Adderall or something, TJ?
Yeah, well, it's not. It's kind. I guess it's kind of like Adderall, but not. Not Adderall. It's like kind of like Focalin, I guess. Kind of, sort of. I used to take Adderall. That was like when I was in high school.
It's the one all the college kids like to get fucked up on.
Yeah,
Stay up for 3 days studying.
yeah.
What's-
Like,
oh.
dude, I'm so wired, man. I'm so wired.
No, because Adderall supposedly makes you super focused, so a lot of college kids have been caught taking it over the years.
So it's like a form of methamphetamine.
Kind of. It makes you stay up and you get super focused, supposedly. I've never taken it, so I don't know.
All the medical students used to take amphetamines to keep them awake when they were cramming. Yeah.
Yeah, Adderall was a very popular drug with college students. I don't know if it still is, but I know it was a big thing about 8-10 years ago. I'm sure it's probably still that or something else now.
Yeah.
It's like a ADHD type medicine.
Yeah, thought that. I think the most common drug that our students take is probably alcohol.
Alcohol.
Yeah.
That depends on what college you go to. I think they say Texas colleges are the biggest party colleges.
Yeah,
I
well,
think there's
students are always big drinkers. Plus, it's legal. When you're at, as soon as you leave school, it becomes legal here. Well,
yeah.
because you can drink at 18.
Not here. You have to be 21. That don't stop them though. I mean, they still drink like a motherfucker. So you get caught by campus police, you're gonna get your ass in big trouble because you can get kicked out of school for that. Because once the campus police arrest you, they report you to the administration for whatever you got arrested for, and they can give you like demerits and different things like that for getting in trouble. Especially if you're on a scholarship, you better watch your P's and Q's because, those are the ones that have a lot of restrictions. You have to like maintain a certain GPA. You can't get in trouble. Like, there's a lot of rules when you have a scholarship. Like, if you're somebody that's just paid to go to college because you got rich parents, you can fuck around and do stupid shit all the time, and
yeah,
you could be there for 8 years and not accomplish a damn thing.
I mean, how many times can you fail a grade and be held back before they say no more?
I don't know. I knew kids when I was in school that got held back 2-3 times. There was a kid that was like, I remember when I was in middle school, there was a kid that was like, dude, he had to have been like 16 still in 8th grade. He got held back 3 years in a row. Should have been in like a 10th or 11th grade at the time. And then after that, he gave up after that year. He just never came back to school.
Mm.
Because over here, you get in trouble if you don't go to school. They got truancy. They'll come
Yeah.
get you, and your parents can get in trouble for you not going.
Oh, they
Unless
have
you're a certain,
currency laws over here, but they're not enforced quite the same, probably.
yeah, over here, like you can only miss so many days of school. If not, you get a letter in the mail from the truancy that says, your student missed this many days. And then they can start an investigation of why your student's missing so many days and all that. Then there's some places like even like if a kid has a learner's permit or has a job outside of school, if they don't maintain a certain GPA, the company they're working for has to let them go because the school looks at it as you're not being responsible enough to be able to maintain a job and go to school. And some places will take your license from you, your permit from you too.
Yeah.
Just depends on where you're at.
I mean, I know they did a lot of stuff a few years back here where, like, if you want to keep your kid out of school during school time, you have to write a letter into the school to say why and everything. Because, like, in school holidays, all the prices of holidays go up.
See here, I think you could.
So a lot of people used to take their kids out of school for a couple during term time to go away on holiday while it was still cheap.
See here, a student can have up to 10 days of unexcused absences, but a parent's letter doesn't excuse you. The only one that excuses you from school is a doctor's note.
Yeah.
But a parent can do it up to 10 times, and then after that, that's when you'll get that letter in the mail. So they can only miss 10 days of school unexcused. That's okay. Anything after that is when it becomes an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day when I was in school, parents could write a letter and it would excuse you. But these days they don't do that. You get a set number of days and that's it. Now, if a doctor writes a note and says you have to be out of school for 2 months because of medical issues, then they'll work out
a homeschool.
Yeah, here I think it's called like a 501 plan or something like that, and it's something that the school will work out a way of the student being able to do work from home and all that stuff. Oh, Jody, I'm sure there's a lot of colleges that are giving kids shit behind the scenes to come play for them. Technically, it's illegal, but it does happen. All of a sudden, this kid shows up to college in a brand new Corvette. It's like, I wonder how you got that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He came from the inner city with no money. He's like, all of a sudden,
they've been slowly changing that process. That they're going to allow college students to make some money.
In college.
Yeah. When they're
that's
in college.
been a big no for years. Like,
yeah, I know it was really frowned upon, but slowly they're adjusting things.
Well, you're over here. You're only allowed to get a certain amount of prize money from any sports before you're as professional.
And it's not like the colleges can't fucking afford it. Like Harvard University, I think their average profit every year is like a couple $2 billion. Like, is how much that college makes.
Right.
Like, yeah, some of these universities make crazy amounts of money. I mean, billions of dollars a year just from, not only that is, you know, a lot of the big universities, they have rich alumni that, you know, went off to be like senators and governors and, you know, big time lawyers and shit. And they donate all kinds of money to the schools too. You know, they get tons of donations from alumni. That's why I said college football is a lot more rivalry than NFL football is, because when you go to a college game, it's all students or former students of the school. And so there's a huge rivalry because they have a real attachment to that school. You'll have people that are, you know, alumni that have season tickets to the games and shit, donate all kinds of money to the school.
All the college sports that I've seen on telly, which of course is mostly golf, but some basketball and football. I don't think I've ever seen either Harvard or Yale take part in any of them.
Yeah, it's like I said, that's why college football is such a huge rivalry over here, or even college sports itself. There's more students and alumni that are big fans than actual outside people. Unlike NFL, dude, people will switch teams just because they move to a new city. I mean,
Yeah.
not as big of a rivalry. Like you go to a college stadium, you might want to sit with your own fans. If you're in an NFL stadium, it's no big deal to sit with other fans. I mean,
Unless you're in Philadelphia or Chicago.
Well,
I'm saying go look at an NFL game and you'll see mixtures of both teams' jerseys in the stadium. They don't like separate them.
Yeah.
But in college, you'll definitely see a separation in the fans. And they will yell all kinds of crazy shit at each other and everything else. There's more of a personal investment in college teams. Because like I said, you're paying to go to that school and that becomes like part of you. In Texas, they're going to give them health insurance outside to school. They had a line of Lamborghinis. Surprised me.
Yeah. All you see at Mandeville, Mercedes, Porsche, BMWs.
There's so many areas like that.
Man, I see like here, like I see like more people driving Teslas and stuff like that.
Go to school in Hollywood and probably half the kids have drivers. They don't even drive themselves.
Yeah.
Bentleys and shit. Probably like that down in Miami in certain areas too.
Yeah.
And actually, where we live, the county we live in has one of the highest areas for rich people. We actually have one of the richest counties in Florida.
Hi, Rob.
Hey, Rob.
Hey, Rob, what's up?
I sometimes think that if you live in London, it might even be cheaper to rent or to pay a driver than it would be to pay the bloody parking fees.
Rob, we missed you, buddy.
Come on up and hang out with us.
Yeah, a lot of cities here in Florida, they actually have, not all of them, but there's a lot of them. They have free parking garages, free city parking garages you can park in. Like if you go downtown in our city, there's a parking garage that's 4 stories and it's free to park in. You don't have to pay.
I hate paying parking. That's annoying. Like, man, can we just find someplace free to park?
And there's no
We have
parking meters or anything.
We have some free parking, but not a lot.
Yeah, like now on our streets, we don't have parking meters anywhere. Like you can park anywhere downtown. They don't give a shit. As long as it's a parking spot, a designated parking spot, you can park there. Now there are some parking spaces that are like 2-hour parking and, you know, they might be like an 8-hour parking depending on what time of day. They'll tell you, you can't park after a certain time of day. But yeah, they don't charge for parking at all anywhere around where I live.
Well, my
Here, like when you go to park someplace, you have to pay for parking. But like if you're parking like on the side, I have that park app on my phone, so I just open that up and just say how long I'm going to be there and all that stuff. So I don't know. I always try to find free parking spots, but I don't know. We're always having to pay for parking, which is annoying. But
Zoom won't open for some
Morning,
reason.
Donald.
I wonder why that is.
Probably because he's got all his drives on his computer packed full again.
Probably.
Or Rob's showing all his list of hard drives on his computer, and they're all in the red.
Yeah. Well, it quit raining now.
Oh, we had rain for about 15 minutes and that was it. It's not been a bad day. It's just a bit windy again.
Yeah.
What have we got? 15 mile an hour gusting to 31 at the moment.
Rob's like, no more of that. All new here.
16 degrees. Whatever that is in yours. I don't know. Echo, what's 16 degrees C in Fahrenheit?
16 degrees Celsius is 60.8 degrees Fahrenheit.
There you go. 61.
Yeah, I got 3 terabytes on my computer. I'm not even using. Completely empty.
I'm not using any of the memory on my computer. It never gets switched on.
You don't use any of the memory that you can recall?
Doesn't use a computer, so. What's up,
I've
Rod
got-
Donald?
No, you didn't miss too much, Joel. We were just talking about football and whatnot.
Yeah. I've got various computers scattered around the place. A lot of old laptops.
Yeah, I can't have stuff. If I'm not using it, it goes either in the trash or I sell it. If I'm not using it, it's gone.
But I've got an iMac and a Mac Pro, but I never switch the damn things on because I'm only ever use my phone.
What's up, Al?
I bet if I stick my iMac on now, it'll spend the next 3 days doing updates.
What's up, Al? How's it going?
I said I woke up to mine updated this morning.
Oh, you should have waited, Rob. They're bringing out a 5090 next year, an RTX 5090. So I have 36 gigs of VR memory or VRAM memory.
And it'll cost twice as much for that as it would for the rest of the computer.
Oh, that's going to be like a $3,000 card, I guarantee it. If you wanted to build the top spec with that card, you're talking about probably a $5,000 computer easy.
Yeah, I can't see the need for spending that much money on a computer. I can't see need for spending that much money on a car, never mind a bloody computer.
Yeah, I was reading Nvidia's article yesterday. The new card, it's supposed to be coming out in 2025 sometime. Yeah, it's the 4090s are already expensive. You're talking anywhere between $1,400 to $2,000, depending on what kind of deal you can find. I went with the 4060 when I updated. Jay, good as can be. Dog passed away last night at the vet. I should have seen my bud breathe his last breath. Oh man, that sucks.
Oh
bad.
man, I'm sorry, Al.
Yeah, it sucks.
Al. Yeah, sorry about that. Al.
Man. How old was your dog?
Yeah, that's a tough thing to deal with
Yeah,
because they're family, you know.
right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I tell you what, I got 3 of them I wanted to have estranged last night.
One thing I love about Joe is he talks tough, but we all see the way he treats those dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have seen how I treated them last night.
10. God, that's not old either.
I got on Tino, and I don't never get on Tino. And he kept coming over here aggravating the hell out of me. I said, "You need to get your ass away from me." And I popped him on his nose. He looked at me, went and laid under the bed. He wouldn't even come out for me. He got so mad at me.
I mean, mine's 13 in November.
Yeah,
She doesn't know she's 13. She still thinks she's about 3.
Yeah, well, it really depends on the breed though, because some breeds have a
yeah.
crappier
What-
lifespan than others.
What breed was that that died last night?
Yeah, but I mean, I looked it up on the internet, and the expected lifespan of my dog is 10 years. So she's doing well. She's gone 3 years past that.
That's like, with the crossbreeding of German Shepherds, they tend to get like dysplasia and shit really bad around 8-10 years old because of all the crossbreeding and all that and the like if you look at older German Shepherds from back in the day, they had more of a square back to them by their butt. And now you'll see the breeds now where they're more rounded off at the back on the German Shepherds. And those ones are the ones that tend to have bad dysplasia and stuff when they get a little older.
Where did I get Dustin from? We haven't got Dustin in.
I've had quite a few dogs over the years that ended up getting dysplasia. That seems to be a
Skyfly
very
Network, if that's who you're on
common
about, that's
issue with
Joel.
dogs.
Yeah, I think I've only had
Mhm.
I don't know, 2 dogs pass away when I was growing up.
Well, we always had tons of animals when I was growing up, so we had a lot of animals that passed away. Like, because sometimes you'd get a dog and 2 years down the road, something stupid would happen, you know, and then the dog would only be 2 years old and something might happen, or even cats. I had a cat a few years ago that was only like 8 months old, and his kidneys just failed out of nowhere, and they had to put him down.
Andrew, Dalmatians are just big kids for all of their lives.
What
Yeah.
happened?
I had a couple people that had Dalmatians, and they actually always told me Dalmatians are not like what the movies and shows portray, that they're actually dick-headed dogs. And the two I knew were mean as shit, too. What's up, Ron?
Hey, how are you guys?
Ron, what's going on?
Hey, how's it
North
doing?
to Alaska.
Head to Alaska.
Hmm.
I thought you
wait,
might have been. I thought you might have been heading up to Minefield.
No,
He's got a trip going to Alaska on a fishing trip.
Oh, heck yeah!
You're gonna have a halibut time up
Oh.
there.
Halibut.
Oh, for
I will have
fuck's
one
sake.
halibut
Halibut
time.
good time.
Hmm.
Yeah. A little
Expensive.
nervous about leaving though. We've got a lot, and I mean a lot of fires here
Donald.
locally. There's several. There's a fire going on in the county right now, and somewhere around 50,000 acres.
Wow.
What camera are you taking with you, Ron?
Which one am I not taking with me? That's a shorter answer. I've got the Sony RX10. I have the Sony Z90 video camera. I have the Osmo Action 3, the Osmo Action 2. I have the 360 X4. I have the Mavic Pro. I think that's it.
Now, for the camera guys, what do you think's better, Sony or Nikon?
You know, I used to be a Nikon guy, but I tell you what, Sony does a hell of a job. I mean, Sony, that's what half your sensors of most of your drones are anymore, is Sony sensors.
Yeah.
I think most of the cameras are using Sony sensors as well now.
Yeah. So, but
I mean,
I'm
I'm still Canon me, but yeah,
Oh,
Sony
I'm
have made
taking-
massive leaps and bounds.
yeah. I'm taking Dawn to Alaska with me.
Oh, really?
Oh, nice.
Yep. His memorial service was yesterday, and his daughter gave me a little bit of Dawn yesterday, and she said, "You do with it what you wish." And I said, "How about if I take him to Alaska tomorrow?"
There you go.
So
That's a
and
nice
I'm gonna
trip.
leave. And I'm gonna leave him there, obviously.
Yeah.
But
Now, are you gonna spread his ashes, or are you just gonna leave him all together?
no, I'm gonna spread his ashes in the bay.
Okay.
So yeah. Well, he'll be up there.
This is your friend Don that you're talking about.
Yeah. Yep. And yesterday was tough. It was saw a lot of military brass there yesterday. Holy cow. There was military people that came from both sides of the coast. Some real high ranking officials, and yeah. But it was a short service, only about 20 minutes long. Apparently that's how they do it at the national cemeteries. But it was a nice tribute to him, though. But yeah, Tuesday when I get down to the lodge, that'll be my final goodbye.
Well, what you might want to do is videotape what you're doing and talk about Don as you're doing it, because that would be a great memory for his family.
Yeah, I think I am going to do that.
Make a video and post it on
I'd
the
be
tube or
careful
something.
about that. There's a lot of places you actually need a license to scatter ashes.
I know. I was reading about that the other day.
I don't think Alaska's like that.
I don't know. I'm gonna check. So if I do a video, I will not post it on YouTube, but give it to them privately.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'll just set up the Sony. What I'm gonna do is there's a big giant rock out in the middle of the bay, and the deckhands take me out there every night, and they drop me off and they pick me up at dark. I sit out there and wait for the whales to come in. And while I'm sitting out there some night next week rather, I'll take a night and film it. So, and yeah.
You're gonna be out there for 10 days or so?
Yeah. Yep.
I think I personally would prefer to do it on land, because that stays there. You do it in the water and the water moves around, it won't be there again tomorrow.
Yeah, it's true. You know what? That's a good point. So I think when I'm up on that big rock, I'll kind of spread it to where some's on the rock and some is in the water.
Yeah.
So
It'd be like
Well,
the Wizard of Oz.
The simple answer is I just went and looked it up on Google. There is no direct regulations in Alaska for spreading human remains.
yeah, I know like California there is. Oh God, you got to get all these high dollar permits and everything else. But
When my mom's husband passed away, she had a paper mache. She had a paper mache because he liked turtles a lot, so she had a paper mache turtle made for him and put some of his ashes in there, and we took the paper mache turtle out into the ocean and put the turtle in it, and it just kind of like dissolved into the ocean.
Okay, because you were describing a pinata for a second. The story didn't go south.
That's funny. A pinata.
Now, another question about cameras. What do you guys think of Kodak? I heard that they're actually the best.
Kodak?
They used to.
What are you going in a time machine or what?
Kodak used to make very good cameras.
Kodak.
Pretty sure that's what Donald uses, right?
I won't be surprised if he didn't have one.
Time for a
Gonna
Kodak.
reach over on that Narnia show and come up with a brownie watch.
Well, Donald used to have Kodak, but he upped the game, and now he has a Polaroid.
Polaroid.
I've got a box brownie upstairs.
It's not falling for it. I was trying to get Donald to talk. So I was going to say the most absurd camera shit I could think of.
Absurd. Absurd.
He's just not.
That's absurd.
He's not falling for it. He knows what I'm trying to do.
Honestly, I think like you're not going to go wrong with Nikon or Canon, but I think the Sonys, the Fujis, they're doing really well.
There's
no,
Sony.
I'm pretty happy with my Sony.
There's Sony CX7 is what Don has.
I'm partial to CX2 myself.
Yeah, I should be down in Denver about noontime today. I just lollygag around and go do some photography.
See if you can find a moose and take a picture of him.
You always got to make sure when you go to take that picture of the moose, you slap them on the ass first.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Let you know how that works out for me.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to get anywhere near a moose because they attack your ass.
They're like a grizzly bear, completely harmless.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, good.
Ron, do you agree with that
Right.
statement?
I'm just going to mute myself for a bit. My nurse is here.
Oh, good. I was about to meet you anyway.
So I agree with what, Paul?
Well, Justin just says you don't have to worry about moose because they're really warm and cuddly.
No,
Oh,
I
yeah.
said they're just like a grizzly bear. They're harmless.
He says they're like grizzly bears. They're harmless.
There's some moose that beat the shit out of a grizzly, especially a mama. They get nasty. All right. I'm in territory I've never been to before.
Supposedly. I'm looking at
Supposedly.
25. Oh, north. Oop, I went south. How's everybody doing this weekend?
It was raining here earlier, but it quit. So I want to try to get some flying in today if I can.
TJ was getting out the saran wrap. He was going to wrap his drone up.
Yeah. Like it'll be fine with all this saran wrap. It'll be all right.
Yeah.
All right.
So where are you headed now, Ron?
Denver.
to Alaska.
Yeah, I'll fly out tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Yep.
And what time? How long a flight is it?
It's actually not bad. It's like 2.5 hours to Seattle, and like another hour and a half, 2 hours. I fly in the Juneau. I have like an hour layover in Juneau, and then 20 minutes further to Petersburg.
So
what airline are you flying?
Alaska.
Oh, okay.
So what is your final time for getting to Alaska to your destination to where you're?
I'll leave Denver at 6 tomorrow morning. I will be in Petersburg at 2 in the afternoon there, which is noon here. So it's about 6 hours of travel, which is not bad. I've been through worse.
And you got a lot of luggage with you?
Yeah. I'm probably gonna get gigged on my suitcase because I've got my tripod in there. That bugger weighs a little bit. It has that big fluid head on it, and that thing's heavy.
Right.
And brought a pair of boots because I'll be slopping around I'm going to be there for 3 days by myself until the rest of my guys get there.
Now do you carry bear spray or anything like that with you?
it's already up there. I shipped up my Pelican box about a month ago. Has my bear spray, has fishing lures. I have what they call a thermosil. It's a little device that you hook onto your belt, and it's battery operated. And you put this little fluid in there in a little patch. And what it does is it deflects mosquitoes. It's phenomenal. I used it in Canada bear hunting, and it works great. Because down on the river fishing for salmon, it get a lot of mosquitoes down there. Those things are so big they'll pick you up and carry you away.
My mom and I went to Alaska one time, and we stayed at this cabin and went salmon fishing. That was pretty cool.
Well,
Yeah.
TJ said that he meditates before he goes out in Alaska, and he communes with the mosquitoes. Yep, that's it, Don. He communes with the whole thing. Yeah.
That's funny.
You just got to know how to talk to your brother mosquitoes. That's all.
That's funny. Your brother mosquitoes.
Well, brother and sister mosquitoes.
Yeah.
More worried about my car getting stolen down here in Denver. The outfitter I work for was down here last summer. He went to Maui. His daughter got married in Maui. He stayed at a park and stay hotel, which is what I'm doing. And he got a call from Denver police while he was in Maui and said, "Your truck's been involved in a hit and run." Like, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm in Maui. How did my truck get into a hit and run? It was stolen. They think it was an inside job in the hotel. I don't know. This car is a piece of shit. So I'm sure they take a look at it like, they don't want to steal this one.
Well, you got auto theft on your insurance, right?
Yeah.
They might, depending upon the vehicle, they might be doing you a favor if they steal.
I don't know. And they might not be too. I don't know what this car is valued at, but it's got hail damage on the hood, on the roof. It's got a big hole in the back bumper. I bought it like that, and I just it's a work car. I'm not going to fix it. As long as the engine runs good, I'm happy. Getting about 36 miles to the gallon. So
That's got to be better than the truck when you used to drive back and forth.
oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
Well, Justin, are you playing Fortnite right now or what? No answer means probably yes.
Yeah, probably.
Said no.
Oh, no, we didn't hear you. Well, what time?
Timu might.
Laura's probably expecting you at what time?
Well, Laura's out today. She's at the theme park with her nephew.
Oh,
her
that's
nieces.
right. She had to take the kids to the theme park. Now that would be worth having a video of.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I want to go. I want to.
That's funny. I would love to see that.
She's probably going to have to take 2 or 3 days of recovery time after that.
Yeah.
David wasn't going, right?
I don't know. That's what I kind of wondered. Was David going? Do you know, Justin?
No, it was just Laura and the kids going. Yeah, she's going by herself with the kids. She's not taking. David's not going. But David also said it was supposed to rain all day today too, so I don't know. See.
Well, that's a fun thought, taking all those kids to a theme park and it's raining all day.
Yeah, don't we know it?
Here comes
Yeah.
David now.
Speak of the devil.
Anybody heard about the
Laura's
bird?
enjoying himself at the theme park. No, there's no Fortnite there. Justin, shut up. And Joe, so you don't feel left out, shut up.
You
Time did
were
Laura
given
leave
a
to take,
list
time
to
did Laura
do.
leave to take the kids to the theme park?
Yeah, I got a whole list of things I have to do.
How far away is the theme park they're going to?
An hour on the bus. About 20 minutes in the car. Not far. I can guarantee Laura won't be going on many of the rides.
She doesn't like to go on the rides?
No. They got off to a great start. They went on Axis and it broke down. Before it even set off, it broke down, so they had to get off.
Only rides I don't trust are fair rides or carnival rides.
Yeah, they
my
always
car.
like make all those creaking and cracking noises. Like, I don't know if.
Well,
this
you
is
got to
safe.
think too, dude. When you're tearing something down and putting it back up, the more you do that to something, the more, over time, the more worn out it gets.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
luckily,
Little
these are
carnivals.
permanent.
Those little carnivals, they rip the rides down and they go to the next town and they put them up, rip them down, go to the next town. Yeah, fuck that. I don't trust those rides. Now, if it's a theme park like David said with permanent rides, I'm more willing to get on those. But yeah,
Most of them rides over here fold up. They don't. They just literally compact into each other.
I'll be back, guys. I'm just gonna catch this ship real fast.
okay, I still don't trust them.
Mhm.
Especially when they hire people off the streets to run them too that don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I was living up in New York. One of my friends knew somebody that owned some carnival rides and they were going to be in town, and he asked us if we wanted to go over there and work a couple nights. And they just stuck me on the Ferris wheel. I didn't even know what the hell I was doing.
Yeah.
Like 2 minutes of training.
Press this button, and say next.
They were like, Justin, all you gotta do is push this button and then that button. I'm like, all right.
You heard TJ, I said that, and then he said that. Sounds like Kamala Harris
Yeah.
stealing stuff.
Sure.
Oh my God.
What you got about?
Read the chat. Donald's putting in the
I
chat.
don't have the chat up.
He's refusing
He
to
said,
talk.
he said that they hire high school kids to run the theme park rides. At least the carnival rides have had the same mess heads year after year.
Yes, in.
within the goal area, into the goalkeeper, has the effect of goal to kind of get the ball, maybe not. So just wanted to have a look at. But he's right in the eye of the goalkeeper. When you see it,
What are you watching, David?
Well, am I watching football?
Watching soccer, huh?
No, football.
Blackpool.
Shut it.
Wonder what Don's munching on.
Ghost peppers.
Oh, ghost pep.
So if your team gets knocked out early, do you still
What
watch
is
it?
that, some chicken?
That's a Pop-Tart.
Oh, it's a Pop-Tart. Oh.
Did you just say if my team gets knocked out early?
Yeah, do you still watch it or do you give up on the season if they were to get knocked out early?
It's a league.
Well, I understand that, but I'm saying some people will stop watching football if their team, you know, gets knocked out of playoffs early. They won't watch the rest of it.
No. We're in for the whole season. Doesn't matter.
Guys, I'm starting to come into the mountains, so probably gonna drop out. So,
All right, Ryan.
maybe we'll
Stay
try and
safe
catch
up.
a couple.
Have a safe journey.
Stay safe. Watch out for bears.
Yeah, see you,
Yeah.
Rob.
Bears.
Have fun.
All right, guys. All right, we'll
Later.
see you guys.
All right, adios.
Peach Pop-Tart. I don't think I've ever had one of those.
What kind? Peach?
A peach, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Sounds kind of refreshing.
Now, one of those little bitty pies for 50 cents at Walmart. Peach is good.
I like the apple and cherry ones from Walmart. Well,
Yeah, I used to like the apple ones. I used to like the blueberry ones and the cherry ones. Lemon too.
Strawberry ones are pretty good. I like them.
They have the sweet potato and the pumpkin pies.
Ooh, sweet potato. Mm.
Yeah, that's the little pies at Walmart, not Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, you know those little tiny pies you can buy at Walmart?
Oh yeah.
They always have them in the bakery section. They have like 20 different flavors of them.
Yeah,
Like-
they got apple and blueberry, blackberry, like.
And they got chocolate ones. They got a bunch of different ones.
Yeah, I see those things like right when you walk in, they're like literally right there.
When you say little, what do you mean by little?
It's
They're
like the
they're-
size of like
Maybe like a half
About
dollar. or
four and a
something
half
like that.
inches, 4 inches wide,
a
round.
$50. No, they're not that small.
About,
No,
about
they're-
4
Hey.
inches round.
Maybe like the size of like
About
Like
2 inches.
They're about this big, David.
they're about that.
They're about
And they come
this. They're
and they're
about this.
about that thick and they
Just a
come in a
minute.
little tin inside of a box. They
Yeah,
look like an
Mr. Kip-
actual
Right,
mini pie.
Try
that
that.
somebody-
Try that one again. They're about this. What big?
Mr. Kip.
They're about this big.
Oh, they're like our Mr. Kipling pies.
They're little
They're gig-
personal pan
Big
pies.
pie.
Yeah, we get 6 for £1.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Kipling, definitely.
Yeah, they look like
And-
this here. They got all different
Yeah.
flavors.
Yeah, the blueberry is good too. Yeah,
Hard
think
to
they're all
find.
They're all
Hard
like
to
90,
find blueberry pies here.
I think they're all like 99 cents or like $1 or something like that.
75 now.
Sometimes you can get them really cheap though. Like so when they do the markdowns on them, you can sometimes get them for $0.25.
Yeah.
I've never seen one marked down.
I have.
That's
Just
because you work
depends.
there. Y'all used to cheat.
Used to mark them down and then send in one of the family members to buy them.
Yeah, my mother-in-law used to do that when she worked at Walmart. When she'd see a markdown, she'd call somebody to come get them before they marked them down, right before they marked them down, and you get everything.
Yeah, because you're not allowed to buy. Well, no, see, that's not necessarily true. So at Walmart, you can buy something if you weren't the one to mark it down.
Yeah.
So if you happen to be walking through the clearance aisle or walking through grocery and you see something that got marked down, you can buy it as long as you weren't the one that did it.
Hard to get to our clearance place. It's always jam packed full of Asians.
I'm gonna say,
Like,
careful what you say there, Mark.
Mhm.
I knew where you was going with that, but I was gonna say, be careful what you say there.
Yeah.
It's not too bad here, down here. Most supermarkets have 4 or 5 areas where you've got markdowns.
Ours only has about 2, 1 for everything and 1 for bread.
And when like we would get candy bars that were out of date, instead of we would take them out of the system and claims them out, but then we'd put them in the break room and let everybody have them. Because there was really nothing wrong with them. Like the chocolate might have bloomed a little bit, but there's nothing wrong with them. We just can't technically sell them to customers. But
Yeah, you don't want to like worry about somebody.
like you would open it up and some of them would look fine, or they'd have a little white to them where the fat has separated a little bit. But
What he
nothing.
means to say is it's okay to poison the staff, but not the customers.
Yeah.
You know
Oh,
the
chocolate
you know
can go. You can eat chocolate years after the out of date. It doesn't
you know
necessarily
like
mean something like
the boxes of the what's the what the heck the damn the
Another
the
guessing
white,
game.
the white box of the little mint the little the mint
talking about the
candies.
little dinner mints.
After
No,
8.
not the dinner mints. The junior mints. The junior mints that come in the white box. Like
Yeah,
it's
what
weird.
about 'em?
Like when they get delivered to like the store, like the outside of the box, like sometimes like gets all kind of like
Crush.
yeah, like it. I don't know. Like it kind of you can kind of see through the box sometimes.
Oh, you're talking about like it gets like an oily type.
Yeah,
to it.
yeah. That's kind of weird.
Oh, Donna wants to say something so bad.
I know.
PJ is the best storyteller.
I
Well, I mean, he struggles with basic words. He'll be like, and what's that word? The, yeah.
Ah.
That's funny.
Right, we'll all leave now and just leave TJ here, just laughing his head off when Paul gets back.
That's funny. Like it's so funny because I always try to find the words to describe like what I'm trying to say, and then I get lost. I'm like, oh, it's like
Write it
there.
down from now on, TJ. Write your story down first.
I know. That's funny.
Be like, I was going to tell you something, but I lost that thing. What is it? Paper. That's right.
Yeah, TJ needs cheat sheets.
Teleprompter.
That's funny. I'll be smiling. I'll be giggling. That's funny. Amazing YouTube content.
That's why you gotta go to Walmart and buy the little boxes of candy before you go to the movie theater. Those same
Yeah.
dollar boxes at Walmart are the ones they charge you $5 for at the damn movie theater.
Yeah, because I don't know, I'll be at work and we get candy and stuff delivered every once in a while, and like the junior mints will come and we'll open the box and like they'll be all some of the boxes will be oily or whatever. Like what?
Probably the way they're storing them.
Yeah.
I won chocolate from from Art the other night. And when I got it in, man, that sucker was all melted because it's summertime.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
because he sends them to the mail. Yeah, I've gotten one.
Yeah, I had to stick them in the refrigerator.
I got one a couple years from him too, and it was all melted.
I always put my chocolate in the freezer.
Yeah, I bought 2 bags of Reese's Pieces or the Reese's Cups, and because they were on sale, it was like 2. I think it was like 2 for
Dude, I like
$4.
the Reese's Cup, the thin ones.
Yeah.
That come in the bag. Those are so good because there's like the perfect amount of peanut butter and chocolate.
Yeah.
I like them better than regular Reese's because regular Reese's sometimes just too much peanut butter.
I went to the dollar store yesterday and they had the crispy treats. The long
the
crispy
Rice
treats.
Krispies treats. Yeah.
Chocolate
God,
dip.
Donald.
Chocolate dip crispy treats.
I snuck a medium pizza in once under a wheelchair.
I didn't smell the pizza when you were walking in.
All I can tell everybody
In a
is
wheelchair.
don't get old because you forget shit. I went down there and didn't have my controller for the drone.
Oh god.
Yeah.
And Justin, if he stuck the pizza in under his wheelchair, yeah, how would he be walking in?
Well, you don't walk in a wheelchair.
Exactly. You
Yeah,
said,
boy.
did he not smell it when you're walking in?
Oh, who said it was him by himself? And we don't know whose wheelchair it was.
Well, most wheelchairs now are motorized.
I'm just saying we don't know whose wheelchair it was. It could have been anybody's wheelchair.
What, just in the car park, tip somebody out of it. I need to get a pizza in. Cheers, mate.
Hey Paul,
Yeah.
you got more than one controller. You ought to keep one controller in the case all the time.
Yeah, but then you gotta switch them, you know. But you're right. You're right.
Or on your box, put a checklist. Have I got and the whole list of things you need.
Well, no, I ran out of here fast. I just went over and grabbed the case, took it, and I'd taken the controller out and had it plugged in the other room charging.
Well, honestly, you need to stop waiting until like 5 minutes for the ship's been there and give yourself some time. If you know
Well,
it's
when
going to
you-
be there in a half hour, get all your stuff together.
When you're charging your controller, make sure you put it on top of your bag.
What's an ablist? What is that?
Abelisk?
Yeah, ablist.
Not one thing, TJ.
DJ, Google it.
Yeah.
It's a typo. It's TJ.
It's
It's that one thing.
Ablist. Oh, Abe. Oh.
Oh, dear.
I don't have the chat up. I don't even want to know.
Ableist. An an ableist. That's funny.
I didn't think Donald made typos.
Well, I guess when you're typing pretty fast, you tend to type over whatever.
Because I know Justin says there's no excuse for having typos.
Wow. They're talking about that crew up the Starliner crew.
Yeah.
They're going to address the public on them today at 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Said they might not get them home till February of next year.
Your spacesuit is starting to get a little stinky by then, I would imagine.
Yeah, I think your food supply will start getting a bit low as well. It's not like you could just order a Tesco's home delivery.
Well, they're
Yes.
at the which
Space station.
station are they at up there?
I think there's only one.
The International Space Station, which is yeah, but that's huge, right?
It's big enough for them. Everybody that's there, it's 2 extra people. They eating on all the food.
Yeah. You can't just nip outside and grow a couple of veggies in the garden. Well, you could try. You never know, they might get up there in February and it'll be survival of the fittest. There's only one of them left. Russians went first.
United got beat by Brighton.
Just a bit.
City are beating Ipswich 3-1 at half time. Preston are leading 1-0 against Luton at half time. Huh? Well, Blackpool are winning 3-1 against Cambridge.
Who did what?
No one needs to know that shit.
David's Blackpool's winning.
Blackpool's winning?
Wait, what did I miss? Cause Dawn's talking about she was a lovely girl. She broke up with me in a fictional story. We stayed good friends, and I danced with her at my wedding. So I must have missed something because my mom had called, so I was talking with her. So I must have missed something.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah. That's funny.
Is it funny, TJ? Is it funny?
I thought maybe you were out doing a news spot.
Oh yeah, the wheelchair pizza story. Okay. It's funny.
I want to know why you would suck a pizza from underneath a wheelchair.
That's Donald's story. He's gonna have to explain it to you. Since
Yeah.
Donald's not talking right now, you're never gonna know that answer.
Anybody watch Formula One?
Watch what?
No.
Formula One.
Racing.
Yeah, they had a real bad crash today.
I think I've never watched Formula One.
He tried to take a shortcut across the edge of the grass and spun out, completely destroyed his car, and he just jumped out of the car when the car just went kaboom.
Oh, it blew up.
Yeah.
So he got out.
Just about.
Well, what do you mean just about?
It means he just made it out just in
He
time.
just made it out, and I can tell you that racing suit had a funny smell coming from it.
Oh,
What is it? Romula one?
Formula.
One.
Formula.
Romulan. That's a fucking Star Wars.
Star Wars.
No, that's Star Trek.
Don wants to talk.
go ahead,
I'm
Donald.
waiting for him. Y'all are a bunch of dumbasses. I'm waiting for him to break.
Oh, Donald's taking that now. He's writing the new Star Trek, the Romulan ones. Racing round the galaxy.
I was waiting for him to break and be like, all right, I can't take the stupidity anymore.
I think you give Donald something to write. You got to read Donald's diary because he probably's got notes in there about you and me and everybody else, TJ.
Yeah, probably.
You know, the most extraordinary people I've ever had the privilege of meeting was TJ Giggles.
That's right. That's right.
He's got notes. I know he's got notes about Laura. Every page it says, Laura, shut up, Laura. Laura, shut up, Laura. Laura, shut up, Laura.
Well, Joe, what do you think?
I'm good. How many people watching? They've got a bunch of people here.
Okay. If you
I'm
want
good.
to sit here and watch the Formula One races, that's what Donald's trying to do.
Watching Romula One races.
Romulan one. He's off, Justin. Now tell us what you think.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's funny. That's pretty good stuff. You won't believe what he did. He clapped and said that's funny. That's pretty funny. That's pretty good. Oh wow, that's some good stuff. That's good stuff. That's funny.
He's wiping his eyes now, Don.
That's funny. That's funny.
Could you just
That's
confirm
pretty
what's funny so then we know what's funny?
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
What is?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, but what?
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah, but what is?
Don's comments. Me.
Funny how? Like Rita Rudna funny? Huh?
Rita Redknapp.
We need context on how funny they are, DJ.
Funny how?
We-
How is it funny? What am
we
I, a
need you
clown?
to-
Do I amuse you? Do I make you laugh?
Well, it's all depends upon whether you want to watch the Romulan 1 races.
Am I a clown? Do I amuse you?
That's funny. That's good. It's pretty good.
Hey, Paul,
Yeah.
my granddaughter, when she sat on my desk the other day, she kicked me on my legs, on the inside of my legs, and stood up, and the blood thinners bruised those two spots. Last night, about 5 hours into it, both of those bruises started throbbing.
Ooh.
I called Dr. Blessy over. I said, come look at this. And I showed him, and I said, now between the two blue bruises, the size of them, he said, how in the hell did that happen? I told him, and he said, that's the blood thinners. I said, yeah, I know. I said, but that's like 10% blood loss. You know, and he says, yeah, that's significant like that. And he says, I said, yeah, what they're doing is they're throbbing like they're trying to Charlie horse. And he told me, so when you get home, pay attention to it. If it keeps doing it, ice them. He said, because it might try to clot on you, you know. But boy, I tell you what, it was starting to hurt last night.
Well, it's not good for you to have blood clots like that anyway.
Oh no.
Justin,
I even
you'll
had,
be pleased to
I had
know.
another nosebleed yesterday too.
What?
You'll be pleased to know Laura will be home early.
Why is it raining?
Just a bit. But they've decided to close the park early.
Ah.
It's the biggest weekend of the season. Bank holiday weekend. Last bank holiday. Schools go back next week. What did they do? We'll close the park at 6 o'clock.
There you go.
Okay, I got a observation here. Every time Laura charges her batteries, it rains, so she can't fly a drone. She goes to an amusement park and it rains,
They closed the
and they close the park. So is this like in Winnie the Pooh ER that's sitting over there and the cloud is only over ER and he's getting rained on and he goes,
I don't know.
"It's raining."
I'm sorry, but I don't know who ER is.
ER is the
Eeyore.
donkey.
Yeah,
Eeyore.
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 Eeyore,
Same
not
thing.
ER.
Hey, I'm Southern, sorry. I'm from South Louisiana, ER.
Yeah, but if you're from the South, you got to speak like the South of England. Or
No, I can't speak like the South of England because that's crazy language.
Yeah, that would make me wonder if I wanted to even walk down the sidewalk with Laura, you know, because you're liable to get hit by a house or something, you know.
It's like you calling her a witch?
now, I got to ask the question though: why do you call it a sidewalk?
Because it's on the side of the
On
highway.
the side of the highway.
Yeah.
On the side of the highway.
But why do you call it a parkway or
No.
you park on a
Let me
driveway or you
TJ,
drive
let me
on a
continue with this. Right? It's not a walk though, is it? It's a pavement. Right? When you go over a bridge, you don't call it a water walk, do you? Because you walk over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not all bridges go over water.
All right. A bridge, you don't call it a walk. A road
What do you guys
walk.
what do you guys call a windshield?
Windscreen.
Okay, why do you call it a windscreen?
Because that's what it is.
Keep the bugs out or what?
It's a screen.
Is what goes up on a window to allow airflow when the window's open. So why would you call it a screen?
No, that's not a
We
screen.
call it a wind.
A screen
shield
covers
because
a
it's
hole.
shield- because wind. No, we call it a wind shield because it shields you from the wind. Right? There's no air coming through.
Okay, but if you've got an open top car and your roof's down, how's it shielding you from the wind?
Donald.
Aerodynamics.
If you want Donald's responses, you got to read the chat.
Yeah, I've gathered Donald's not talking.
No, but here's the thing.
Is he
like
on a? He's Donald on a sponsored silence. Because if he is, I might want to put him, put an extra $20 if he can go another week.
I mean, come to think of it, why do you call a game where the ball gets kicked maybe 6 times in a game football?
At some point, it gets kicked. Does it have to specify how many times the ball has to be kicked?
Yeah, but most of the time you got it in your hands and throw it. So why don't you call it handball?
No, handball's a different game.
Now, if you called basketball football, then that would be funny. Because you don't ever kick a basketball.
Well,
no, we call it bounce ball. Or silly. We just call it netball, really.
What was that other thing? Like you park on a driveway, but you drive on a parkway, or you.
Wait, what?
Because you were talking about, and it reminded me of this. When you.
Okay, so some highways are called parkways. And
But
so
you park
the
on a-
question is, why do you park on a driveway, but you drive on a parkway?
Yeah.
Well, we don't over here.
yeah, and you walk on a boardwalk instead of a footpath.
Yeah.
Well, some places will designate themselves as a boardwalk, like usually like tourist areas, like where they have a lot of like shops and stuff. They'll call it a boardwalk.
So what do you call the edge of the river then? A swimway?
The bank.
River bank, yeah.
Oh, you have something similar to us then. I think you should try harder and give it a new name.
Say the edge of the river, whatever. However technical you want to be with it.
Donald says it's called football because soccer was already taken.
Well, he wasn't, but
Well, I mean, why do you call it soccer? Because I don't generally punch girls.
We don't call it.
its original name came from Associated Football. Where's where he got soccer from. But then we realised that the Americans would just mess it up and become football.
Hey, Donald said you walk on the side of the road, sidewalk, learn English.
But we walk on a pavement.
Are you allowed to walk forwards on a sidewalk?
No, you got to walk sideways.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
but
see all
sidewalk-
Americans walking down like crabs.
Yeah, but sidewalk makes total sense. It's on the side of a highway and you walk on it. So that makes perfect
So does a
sense.
footpath or a pavement.
Well, a pavement just means any hard surface, but yeah.
Yeah, and a footpath normally is next to a cycle path, which is next to a road.
And we have lots of psychopaths.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, but
That's psychopaths.
if you call it a footpath, that means you can only walk on it with your feet. You can't ride a bike on it. You can't.
No,
You
That's
can't.
why he just said there was a bike path.
That's why we have a psychopath.
Yeah, it is illegal to ride a bike down a footpath.
But I'm saying a footpath makes just as much sense as sidewalk. You walk on it with your feet. It's a path. So
What do you guys call a crosswalk?
Depends which type we're crossing at.
Usually a crossing.
why do English call the hood of a car a bonnet? Yeah, isn't a bonnet like a headpiece?
Like you put, like something you put on your head.
1800s?
Isn't
Yeah.
a hood something you put on your head?
A bonnet is something you put on your head.
So is a hood.
We call it
And brake
a
binder.
Well, in some places over here, a hood is a bad guy or a
and
gang.
then you have
Yeah.
no, that's a neighborhood, not a gang. Be the hood. You're going to the hood. It's usually a bad neighborhood when somebody refers to it as the hood.
No, a hood used to be a name for a gangster.
Hoodlums. It was the short version of hoodlum.
Yep.
I've never heard anybody call a gangster a hood. Okay.
Oh yeah, hoodlum.
Now I've heard of hoodlums, but usually the hoodlums also referred to children that were getting in trouble, right? It wasn't necessarily an adult. Like every time I've ever heard anybody use the reference hoodlums, they were always referring to children.
Oh, they're so pedantic.
Indeed.
Pedantic, another word for walking. Yeah.
Indubitably.
Indubitably.
Here he goes again.
That's absurd. That's absurd.
You call brakes binders?
No, brakes. And we call
yes.
discs brake discs, not rotor.
Well, they have brake discs, but rotors are the thing that the discs go against.
No. Brake discs are the metal discs. Brake pads
That's
that go against the disc.
Yeah.
yeah, we don't really use the term brake disc, so it'd be brake pads and rotors.
Yeah, you use rotors rather than brake discs.
Uh-oh. Whoop.
So, Laura's going to be home soon. You got to make lunch and everything for everybody.
Oh, she'll be back in a couple of hours.
Oh, I thought maybe
Lunch is going to be dinner time.
Give you time to make dinner.
No tea.
Tea.
Well, the
guys
kids don't
drink-
drink tea.
You guys drink tea for dinner?
No, we have tea time.
Kind of a crap dinner.
Tea time.
We have
Tea time, isn't that
breakfast,
the same
dinner,
thing?
tea.
You might have to go out and get some milk for the tea.
We've got
Tea
milk.
time, isn't that like a golf term? Like, oh, it's tea time.
No, it's
No,
breakfast,
tea
dinner,
time.
tea.
Tea time on the golf course means that you're about to tee off. It means you're putting your ball on the golf tee.
After they swing, TJ, that's when a lot of them get teed off because they get pissed.
Or they'll say, what time is tee time? Or they'll say, what time are we going to tee off? And then that's what time they're going to start playing the game.
Yeah.
They say we're going to go tee times at, 6 a.m. That's what time they're going to be at the first hole on the golf course.
Which park is it she's gone to?
David?
What's that?
What
Gone
park
South
did she go
End.
to?
Hmm?
South End. South End.
All right. I didn't know there was a theme park in Southend.
Is that what it's called? South End?
Yeah.
Southend is the name of the town.
Yeah. South End Adventure Park.
Oh, that's kind of like the one in Orlando, TJ. That'd be like a fun spot.
Yeah.
It's not. It's probably. I don't know. Is it like a massive theme park like Six Flags?
It's big, but it's not big.
Yeah, it's probably more like a local.
Medium size.
Is it a? It's not a big chain of theme parks, so it's like a local one.
Yeah. A lot of the theme parks over here are all independent.
Yeah.
Over here, we got big chains of them. We got obviously Disney World. You guys know that, Disney. And then you have like Six Flags, Busch Gardens. There's a few different ones. Then you got a couple chains of water parks. They have water parks all over the country.
We're not a big enough country to have chains of theme parks.
I know.
Right, because I mean, you could. Well, the time we would take to drive to one is probably drive most of your country. Because some people will drive.
A lot of the theme parks have been closed down and turned into flats.
A lot of people will drive 2 to 4 hours to get to some theme parks, because they're not that common. Like, not every city has a theme park. Sometimes you have to drive a few hours to get to one. So
I think every town in the UK is only an hour away from the seaside. I think that's it. It's either an hour or an hour and a half.
That's about.
Depends on whereabouts in the country you are, because don't forget it gets wider at the south.
You get what?
Do you like?
The country gets wider the further south you go.
Yeah, I know, but I think from every point in the country, you're only an hour away from the seaside by car.
It takes me about an hour and a half to go to either the west coast of Florida or the east coast. Because I'm right in the middle, so it takes with traffic and everything, it'll take about an hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half, roughly.
It takes me an hour to get to the west coast and about 2 hours to get to the east coast.
So yeah, it's about the same travel time either direction I go. So usually we just decide which, but usually the Atlantic side is better beaches than the Gulf side. So because they have a problem too on the Gulf side with red tide part time of the year, and you'll go to the beach and you're not technically allowed to swim. So
Ready, Mark? Cotton in the Elms, Derbyshire, is the furthest away from the seaside as 113 kilometres or 70 miles.
And I
so
think
traveling at 60 miles an hour, you're only an hour away from the seaside.
So like, I think they say that red tide's caused by the Sahara. They're one of their theories is all the dust from the Sahara Desert when it comes over here. I don't know what because they don't really know what causes it. It's just this natural thing that happens once a year. And you'll walk down the beach and there'll just be hundreds of, thousands of fish dead that wash up on shore. You'll find all kinds of different animals or like fish and stuff.
Yeah, we get red sand in the rain which come over from the Middle East.
But you can't
wake
swim.
up one morning and your car's full of red dust.
But you're not supposed to swim during red tide because it causes like respiratory issues. You can walk the beach and you're fine. It's just they tell you not to get in the water. So.
That is probably more a form of red algae than anything else.
The thing is, they don't know they don't really understand what causes it. They have a theory, some theories, but but it usually only happens on the Gulf side, though. I don't think it happens on the east coast of the Florida.
It's when all the cocaine that are falling into the sea burst.
Could be.
Oh, Jody, I don't really go to the beach that often. We might go once a year, if that. So I don't really have a. And there's some places too. I don't know about here, but I know there's some beaches too. They don't even allow that anymore. You can't be out there with the metal detector.
So do we reckon that's why the fish in the sea have massive eyes? They're all fucking high from all the drugs that have been chucked overboard.
There's a guy that you ever see the guy that does the gold hunting in New York City?
No.
He actually has a these like little handheld metal detectors and stuff, and he finds gold in like the cracks of the sidewalks and all kinds of shit. He actually like pans for gold in the middle of the city.
Pan for gold.
Why not?
Well, yeah.
Suppose. But
Yeah,
he get
he'll
a lot
find,
of
like-
earrings and stuff dropped. You
Oh,
know when
yeah,
he gets knocked out of people.
There was a lake in California, or it might have been in Nevada. I can't remember. Back when I was a kid, but they had a problem with people dumping fish tanks in it.
Be right
And
back.
you go along the edge of the water, and there was just rainbow rocks everywhere from people dumping their fish tanks in this lake. I can't remember if it was California or Nevada though, where this lake was at. But yeah, they had a problem with people doing that.
Hey, TJ,
Hey.
I scream, you scream, we all scream, Christ scream.
That's a big old bowl of ice cream. What do you got? You got some whipped cream on there?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of ice cream is it?
Anything unhealthy you can think of, he's probably got on there, TJ.
Yum. Is that vanilla? Is there vanilla? Is it vanilla or chocolate, or is it just like? Is it the
See, Paul's diet consists of like between a 12-year-old and a college student. Right? Eats a lot of junk food.
Whatever helps make you healthy.
He eats a lot of junk food like a 12-year-old, but then eats a bunch of frozen crap like a college student.
Microwavable.
So, Paul, I typed on the two parent sites. I said, if you're ordering either team pictures or action shots, please order through the site because now everything goes lab direct and you have shipping charges. Because the initial payments, initial ones are only during the bulk orders for the team pictures. Like that, the woman that paid me the two separate orders just sent me another text saying she was so sorry she didn't realize that and sent me $20 more for shipping because it was two orders. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna tell her that was and it wasn't directed to you because I didn't say anything before, and I think I'm gonna give it back.
Oh, dude.
Just because she offered it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it back like that. So it wasn't directed, but in the future, please go that way. You know,
As much as that is a good idea with the tomato thing, Donald, dude, I bet it hurts though when some people throw those tomatoes at your face.
Ugh.
Oh my God. Because those aren't the softest fruit, like, or vegetable, fruit, vegetable, whatever you want to deem it as.
Yeah, when you go off.
I guess technically it is a fruit from what people say.
Yeah, a tomato is a fruit, yes.
But yeah, you get the right person, the right aim. Yeah, you're gonna get a broken nose from that.
I think I've actually seen that at Renaissance festivals where somebody has their head in the little hole and people are throwing the bad tomatoes at their face.
It's all right as long as you take the tin.
Yeah.
Look at all that wasted tomato on the ground.
I'd still cut it up and put lettuce. I'd still cut it up and put it in a salad.
They had a kid. They had a kid the other night when they were doing the meals, right? And they handed him he had his plate with all the chicken and everything on it. And when he turned, the leg quarter fell off, hit the ground. He put the plate down, picked it up, got a napkin, dusted it off, put it back on top of his plate. I said, "What are you gonna do with that?" So I'm gonna go wash it off. He said, "The hell with it, I ain't dropping it."
I think we need to do one of those walls, but we'll let TJ hang his ass out of it, and we'll put a potato gun.
I'll tell you what, that is a weird fetish to have, Justin.
Man, I got tomatoes in my bunghole.
Yeah,
Hey, that potato gun, TJ. If you shot tomatoes out of it, what do you think of that one?
I think I'd try that. Shove a tomato down in there.
Depending
Tomato
on
sauce.
it depends on the pressure.
Yeah.
Cumbers.
You could switch between his ass and his face.
Nobody would know the difference. Well, you could shoot a tomato out of a potato gun, but depending on the pressure, whether it's going to come out as a whole piece or not.
Yeah.
Tomato sauce coming out.
It'll just come out as tomato sauce.
It depends on whether it's still in the tin. It'll fire tin tomatoes.
I always take some onions and some peppers and chop it up and mix it up with the tomatoes and shoot it out like rotel.
No, see, what he needs to do is take
Right
one
out with
of
salt.
those, one of those French fry slicers that you put the slice all potato. Put that at the end, and you just made a shotgun. Potato goes through there and gets sliced into like 20 little projectiles. You just made yourself a potato shotgun.
That'd be awesome.
You get an all steel one and attach it to the end. If there's enough force behind it, it probably would work.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you could sell it to chip shops then. They could put a potato in one end and just fire it straight into the
To the fryer.
The fryer, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure they know what a chippy is. Oh.
A chippy.
We just have bigger fryers in our chip shops than they have in theirs.
Well, I have to say, at least your guys' terms aren't as bad as Australia's. Because Australia, it sounded like a 3-year-old made up half their words.
Blackpool 3-0 up, 3-1 up.
Yeah, they were at half time.
Yeah, it's now 4-4.
I'm joking.
Paul eats like Will Ferrell and Elf. Exactly, Donald. 100%. Spaghetti with fucking candy and shit on it.
Yeah, and like some syrup and shit in there.
Oh, dude, that was so gross, dude, in the movie. I was like, oh, that's so nasty.
Yeah.
'Cause I think that's one of the things he was doing. He took spaghetti and was dumping syrup and shit on it.
Yeah, the
Like,
crushed up Pop-Tarts and whatnot.
Yeah, oh, that's gross.
I tell you, Will Ferrell, I was one of the extras in the movie, The Campaign. And
that movie was funny as shit.
Yeah, I was actually one of the governors with Aykroyd and Lithgow, and we did see we all freaking day. They cut that whole scene out of the movie.
I never noticed that. You think you can find it, pull it up?
They cut it. Huh.
Yeah, they cut that whole scene out of the movie, the governor scene. But we were in there, and I was right next to Aykroyd the whole time, and Lithgow was right next to him.
Oh.
And it was funny. We went to the museum, the World War II museum, and we were in the back as extras in the back while Will Ferrell was in there. And he came back and he walked up and he was talking to us as he was walking out. And he looked at me because I had my haircut short. And he looked at me and he says, got to be a military haircut. He said, what service? I said, Marines, like that. And he shook my hand. He said, thank you for your service and that. And I said, I have one question for you. He said, what's that? I said, how's Papa Elf? And when I said that to him, he smiled, stopped, and he went right into Elf character. And he talked for about 3 minutes like that.
Okay. So watch this, TJ. So he's running against Will Ferrell in the movie campaign, right?
Yeah.
Now watch what they do. They start fighting over who's going to kiss the baby first.
Yeah, with the baby.
Right down there. Don't worry about it. That's my district. That's my baby to kiss. Excuse me, please. Oh, you don't take a swing at my hair. You little fucker.
Oh, yeah.
Why are they singing that to the British national anthem?
I know, what the fuck are you doing to my anthem? Disgraceful behaviour.
He said, come here, you little fucker.
That's funny. That's hilarious. And that whole thing, I was trying to find Joe in there. I couldn't find him nowhere.
I wasn't in that scene.
No.
I was just seeing at the World War II Museum. Then we had a separate whole scene, and we would have 12 hours filming the different scenes, the separate part of it, 12 freaking hours, and that whole scene was cut out the movie.
That movie was definitely underrated because that movie is funny as shit.
I even saw the director's cut. I got because when it came out that night, I went and grabbed the Blu-ray because I had a talking scene in it and everything. You know, I was able to say stuff in it. And then when I pulled it, I watched the whole way, went through it. I said, it said deleted scenes, went through it. It's not even in deleted scenes. Director's cut doesn't even have it. I said, what the hell? What happened to this scene?
That happens.
12 hours.
They could shoot a bunch of scenes and then half of them not be in it. Yeah, they do that all the time.
Yeah, it pissed me off because I'd been doing a lot of extras at that time. And they told me they got my name, all my information. Because they said, because it's a speaking role, as soon as they show it, I get a SAG card, you know? So then I'm part of it. And I was going to stay with doing all that.
Were you in the credits at least?
No, the whole scene's cut out.
They didn't, so they didn't put you in the credits or anything?
Yeah, they took the whole thing because I was doing Memphis Beat too. On one of the shows on, I can't remember what channel it was. But Memphis Beat was another one that I did. I was a pimp one time. Yeah, I was a pimp sitting there with my girl one time, and then I was a guy sitting on a park bench, a witness, and they had a homeless guy. I had to sit next to him to smell. I had to act like he smelled. I kept trying to get away from him. And then I had a suit. It was funny. I wore a suit that was a $500 suit. That was my suit. And one of the directors walked up to me and said, "Man, you look better than our detectives." I said, "Well, make me one." So we were negotiating and talking for the next season to make me a detective in their main room for the whole season. And they canceled the show. I said, "Well, shit, this ain't for me anymore." When they canceled the show, I was done.
I had a couple of friends that were in movies too that they did a bunch of filming as extras and then got cut.
It's all you never know. You know what they're gonna do.
The tune to God Save the King predates the lyrics, probably originating from the church.
Probably.
Doesn't
Like I said,
predate, that film doesn't predate the tune though.
Like I said, if you
Exactly.
haven't seen the campaign, watch it though, because it does. It just makes it makes fun of how stupid campaigns can get. It's a pretty
Yeah.
funny movie. It was an
mean
underrated
it-
movie for sure.
You mean it's pretty realistic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then everybody kept calling Will Ferrell a baby puncher after that. And he's like, I don't punch babies. Like through the rest of the movie, they kept calling him a baby beater and everything. Yeah, if you did that, you'd never live that down. That'd be the end of your fucking political career. You getting caught punching a baby on live TV in front of a bunch of people.
Yeah.
The ice cream van's close. I can hear it.
First
Oh,
time I
yeah.
ever saw that scene, dude, I was on the floor just fucking just laughing my ass off. I actually like Will Ferrell. Can't
Yeah,
think of
he's a pretty
movie I
funny
didn't-
character.
I can't really think of a movie I haven't really liked him in, to be honest with you. I would say Barbie was probably the weirdest movie he's done. Maybe Zoolander, but
was he in the-
Zoolander was pretty funny.
Yeah, Zoolander. Yeah.
It was weird,
Was
but it
Will
was
Ferrell
funny.
in that? Was he in the movie Barbie? Will Ferrell?
Yeah, he was the CEO of Mattel
Uh,
in the movie. Played the CEO. But no, I would say Zoolander was probably another weird one he did, but Zoolander was very weird, but it was funny.
I don't remember him in that one.
Yeah,
he was like the bad guy or something like that.
Yeah, he was like head of one of the modeling agencies, I think, or something in the movie, if I remember correctly. It's been a long time since I've seen it. I think he was like the CEO of one of the competing modeling agencies in the movie.
Yeah.
Now, one movie is really funny too. It's kind of a stupid comedy. Is Tropical Thunder? Oh my god, Tropic
Yeah.
Thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie is fucking crazy. They tried to cancel Robert Downey Jr. for that movie, but it didn't work. There was just way too many people that supported that movie because of just the pure comedy in it. They wanted to can. He was like probably the only actor in the past like 5 years that got away with playing, doing blackface in a movie, and actually didn't get canceled for it because they were trying to get him for that. But he never came out and apologized for it or anything like most actors did. He didn't bend the knee about that movie. And everybody defended it that was in it. So.
Oh, shoot, you ought to be. You're talking blackface. The uproar ought to be. Stop it. The uproar ought to be the Zulu organization that does the parade here on Mardi Gras Day. Zulu Social Aid and Pleasure Club is called, and everybody at parades that day is blackface. They all wear blackface. Everybody.
Yeah, that's true too, Donald. Yeah. But you know how that whole cancel culture was trying to work a couple of years ago. I mean, they didn't give a shit that that's what it was.
Hey,
Because
Donald, you got laryngitis?
No. He's just proving a point. What was his name? Jimmy was one of the late talk.
Jimmy Kimmel or something? Jimmy Kimmel?
I think he was one that did it, and he came out and was apologizing and all this other shit for a skit he did like fucking was it 20 years ago or something? Some
Yeah.
long ass
Alex
time ago.
Johnson.
Yeah, and he was coming out and of course bent the knee to everybody. Who
The
gives a
black and
shit?
white minstrel show.
I can't remember which. I think it was Jimmy Kimmel, but I can't remember which one it was. It was one of the late night talk show hosts. Like I said, Tropic Thunder was one of the ones that kind of actually made it through that whole storm, and nothing ever really happened with it.
No. Go drink. Go eat your dinner. No.
It is nice to see a lot of comedians sticking
No.
up for it.
Yeah.
Like even
No.
what's his name?
Go.
Fuck, he just did a. He was in Grown Ups. Damn, I can't think of his name. He did the movie Animal.
Wait, something about Will Ferrell?
No, not Will
Sandler?
Ferrell.
Hmm.
We used to have a comedian called Charlie Williams. He was as black as they come, and he spoke with a real deep Yorkshire accent.
Rob Schneider. Rob Schneider's been very vocal lately about comedy and been sticking up for a lot of the comedians out there that have been getting shit. He's done quite a few podcasts. I've watched him on a couple podcasts recently where he talked about that.
Who, Rob Schneider?
Yeah, he's been out there kind of like Dave Chappelle, like defending the comedy, like, you know, group of comedians out there. Because that's the thing, is a good comedian can make fun of everybody and you should not take it serious. It's a joke. Like, Jesus, like, seriously.
Yep.
Everybody should be able to get it in comedy. Everybody should be able to be made fun of. You shouldn't tiptoe around certain groups of people or whatever just because.
I'm offended at your opinion on this, Justin.
Oh, it's like how me and Rob joke back and forth. Rob don't take that shit seriously. He knows I don't mean it. But it's the same thing, right? Like a comedian says that and people freak the hell out, you know?
Yeah, me and Rob always have a laugh and a joke.
Now, there are a few jokes that I've heard that have been like, whoa, that's a little much. It's funny, but yeah, like Jimmy Carr.
Jimmy Carr, he just pushes the boundaries on everything.
Dude, some of his jokes have been just whoa. Like you step back for a second, like holy shit. Like you laugh about it because it's funny, but then it's like, oh god.
Yeah, but he don't give a shit. He even admits to tax dodging.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I dodged tax. I didn't pay my tax. Like, I give a fuck. Someone get me.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't give a shit. Like
That's
I said,
a good comedian. The only thing I don't like about Jimmy Carr is that fucking laugh. Sounds like a fucking seal. All the seals on the beach are all clapping.
But the thing is, though, is if you want comedy to be like it's always been, you need people like him, Dave Chappelle, because they're the ones out there advocating and keeping it alive. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, comedy's just going to be dead and it's not going to be anything anymore. You need guys out there that aren't afraid to speak their mind at the end of the day. Because they're the ones that aren't going to bend the wheel to cancel culture and be like, oh, we can't say this and this and this. Because then comedy's going to get really boring. It's not going to be funny anymore.
I was listening to Billy Connolly the other night, and he was going on about his sister had phoned him up and told him this story. And he was praying it was true, but it was funny. and it was all about this dwarf. And his wife said, "You can't say that. You're not allowed to call them dwarfs. They're little people." And he goes, "No, there's little people and there's dwarf. And this one's got a fucking dwarf."
Oh, and it's cold.
All right, guys, I'm gonna get off here and get something to eat.
Catch you later,
Off.
TJ.
We'll see y'all later on.
Hey, TJ,
Hey,
go
TJ.
get him, buddy.
Later.
See, Teach.
Come on, Cambridge. Well, you can't have a 4-4. That's just not on.
94 minutes. Preston's in the 91st, 92nd minute.
Yeah, no. I am actually doing the 40.
Oh, funny, Donald.
Yeah, if you
City
keep
now.
doing that cheering.
City 4-1 up.
Yeah, if you keep hearing that cheering, that's my computer telling me someone scored somewhere.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm not.
If you hear that tweeting, that's the birds that won't shut the fuck up.
Hmm.
Right in front of me.
You guys about ready?
I'm
Yeah,
Ready for what?
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that-
make me some breakfast, make me some steak and eggs.
There you go.
That goal difference puts City on top.
Okay, everybody, we'll see you later. David, you have fun and get a nice meal ready for Laura when she
You
gets
can at
home.
least
Of
say
course,
bye,
she's having
Donald.
takeout. I'm
Get
going
us some
to cook for
Java
myself.
cakes.
Later.